I think the most amazingly blessed thing that's ever happened in my life, and my colleagues too, is we've been sitting here with a ringside seat for the first reconnaissance exploration of the whole solar system. I almost can't say that without choking up.
There is a treasure that humanity has been losing for over a century. A universal inheritance our ancestors saw every single night. Today, 80% of Americans live under skies so washed out by artificial light they can no longer see our own galaxy. But here, in the vast empty heart of the Chihuahuan Desert, the darkness holds.
Why do people have this sort of baked-in interest in what goes on up in the sky? This is a good thing for a psychologist to study. I've yet to meet a person, ever, who has said, sky, nah, don't care. It just doesn't happen, you know? Words do not do credit to the Big Bend. They're every hour of the day, every day of the year, the light is slightly different, changes here and there. Buzz Aldrin, when he was talking about the moon, said, yep, magnificent desolation. I've always thought that's what Big Bend is. It's magnificent desolation. My wife, whose marker is on that ridge over there, was one of the founding members of the Mars Mapping Group. And just a week or so ago, the International Astronomical Union named a big crater, 77-kilometer diameter crater on Mars, after her. Okay, check, that was good. So.
A connection to the universe. For us, it's a profound experience. For the first people who walked this land, it was a fundamental part of their world. The sky was their clock, their calendar, and their map.
Indigenous people were pretty smart folks. Half of their world was the sky, so they were looking at it and they saw where the sun was at different times of year, where the moon was at different times of the month, and how the patterns of the stars changed over the course of a year.
Across Texas, archaeologists have found ancient solar markers, art deliberately placed to interact with light and shadow on the solstices and equinoxes. These were precise instruments for tracking time, for knowing when to plant, when to hunt, and when to return home for the winter.
For them, it was survival. If you did not know when spring was coming, or if you did not know when it was about to become winter, you're dead.
They lived in a world where the boundary between earth and sky was thin, where every celestial event had meaning. They saw a sky we can now only glimpse in the darkest places on earth, a sky that told them everything they needed to know.
Ever since I moved out here full-time, I am a lot more in tune with what's happening in the sky. It's the only thing that changes out here. I mean, you look at that mountain every day, for 1,000 days, it's still the same. Look at the sky, it's changing every night. It doesn't take long before you can figure out what those patterns are.